81 degrees and partly cloudy skies right here in Columbus, Georgia. It is a beautiful Saturday for some high school football here in the Chattahoochee Valley. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rex Castillo, joining you live from Otis Spencer Stadium here in beautiful Columbus, Georgia. We actually have this game going down between the Carver Tigers and the Hardaway Hawks on a Saturday due to some weather changes with Hurricane Helene. But before we get started, we want to welcome you all, of course, to this broadcast, the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live High School Football Showcase presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC Gordy Eye Care and Pepsi Buffalo Rock as well. Folks, we have a great setting for you right here at Otis Spencer Stadium as the Hardaway Hawks, a 2-3 team led by head coach Ryan McKenzie, look in a tough region matchup against the 4-1 Carver Tigers. Let's recap what's happened so far with the Hardaway Hawks. Last 3 games, a big win against Kendrick, 45-6, a loss to Shaw, 28-18, and another win against Greenville, 19-18, a close one over the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Carver Tigers looking dominant as ever. Again, a 4-1 overall record. Their last 3 games, a win over Columbus, 49-0. Another shutout pitched against the Northside Patriots, 26-0. And their last loss coming up against Harris County, 15-6. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so excited to have you with us for an incredible game here as well between these two. Again, a beautiful setting due to the conditions happening with Hurricane Helene. We hope that all of you are safe as long as with all of your family. We are just about 7 minutes away from kickoff. I cannot tell you how excited we are to see how things have gone. All the teams right now have already warmed up. They're getting ready for the coin toss right here. So as we get ready for the coin toss, let's get to those starting lineups. For the Carver Tigers on offense, number 7, Matthew McGunnan is the quarterback. Kobe Caston, KJ Miles. Kobe Caston is your running back. KJ Miles leading the wide receiver corps with Ace Thomas, Braylon Jakes. In the trenches, right guard, John Davis, Trey Warren, Quantez Stevenson, Jolyn Shelley, Parker Pritchett, and your H-back, Jamel Williams. Meanwhile, on the defensive side, on the nose guard, Zamir McGee. Joining him in the trenches, Dadrian Merriweather, Tristan Givens, Zay Billingsley, Colin Hodge, A.J. Wilson Lee is also in that linebacking core. Jatavius Wisdom as well. Meanwhile, in the defensive backfield, K.B. Holy, Travis Murphy, Antavius Watts, your strong safety, Markavius Yancey, the other safety. Meanwhile, for the Hardaway Hawks, under center, Bobby Gary Jr., his running back, Markel Benton, and, of course, your wideout core, Markel Birch, Dante Hill, Adrian Taylor, Robert Allen is your tight end. Meanwhile, in the trenches, Cameron Miles, Damian Hill, Zialo Williams, Devarius Jesse, also the left guard, your left tackle, Jeremiah Copeland. Meanwhile, on the defensive side of the ball, Robert Allen, a defensive end, Devarius Jesse, your defensive tackle, your other defensive end, Damian Hill, Jacoby Henry, your linebacker, Damari Taylor, your linebacking core, the outside linebacker, Tristan Jackson, another backer, Trey Bennett. Meanwhile, your cornerbacks, Cameron Alexander, Jamari Spillers, and your safeties are Joshua Stewart and Jacory Brown. Also want to give a very big and special happy birthday to number 11, Tristan Given, down on the line. It is his birthday today and looking for another win. Hopefully the Tigers go 5-1, or could those Hardaway Hawks find their 3rd win, making them 500 on the year. Folks, again, 5 minutes away from kickoff. We're very excited to have you with us here. The captain's starting to line up for your Hardaway Hawks and your Carver Tigers right there. The Carver Tigers rocking the maroon helmets, those Columbia blue jerseys, and the white pants. Meanwhile, on the other sideline, gold and all white for the Hardaway Hawks. Cannot wait to see how this one will tip off. Real quick, your captains for today's game for the Carver Tigers, number 11, the birthday boy, Tristan Givens. Number 53 for the Carver Tigers. We'll have to get that number corrected for you right there as well. Number 72, Parker Pritchett. And, of course, your final captain for the Carver Tigers, number 3, that is Braylon Jakes. On the other sideline, here we go. It looks like they're just about to make that march out to the 50-yard line. Number 50. For the Hawks, Devarius Jesse is one of those captains. Looks like number 18, Skylar Simpkins. Number 5 as well as Markel Benton. And your final captain, we'll get his number here just for you here in a little bit, folks. I cannot wait. Traditionally, these two teams always have a great rivalry game going on between them. A lot of kids sent to the college level from both programs. Namely, for the Hardaway Hawks, we'll see if one Michael Williams will line up for those Dogs today, as, of course, the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide, a big-time matchup at 7:30 tonight at Bryant-Denny Stadium down there on Saban Field at Tuscaloosa. And, of course, the Georgia Bulldogs, we'll see if big number 13 can get down there for the Dogs. Of course, a very proud Hardaway Hawk as well. All right, folks, here we go. Looks like the captains are just about to take off. We'll see who gets the ball first and who will defend first. Really excited to see how things go down here. And your final captain for the Hardaway Hawks is Bobby Gary Jr., your quarterback, under center. Both teams about to shake hands. Always love to see it start out with some sportsmanship before we get the region rivalry underway. And I know that a lot of people were kind of curious about why we delayed these games from Friday to Saturday. Again, severe weather was threatening our area, and we know that other parts of the state were hit very, very hard. Unfortunately, some loss of life as well. So our thoughts and prayers with everyone who was affected by Hurricane Helene. We know that Augusta and other parts of South Georgia and Florida were affected. Coin is up. Coin is dropped. We'll see. The decision goes to Hardaway. All right, looks like we do have a decision with who will receive the ball, will kick the ball. And looks like the Carver Tigers offense will be first to take the snap. Carver Tigers going from left to right on your screen, while the Hardaway Hawks will take defense and go right to left on your screen. Final handshakes are given. It's about that time, folks. No more practice, no more schemes. Helmets are on, pads are on. Let's snap the ball and see what happens here. Plenty of excitement here on both sides as both fans are now here. Hardaway Hawks take the field first. They will be your visiting team for this matchup. Meanwhile, the Carver Tigers have their banner ready to go. I just have to say personally, those Columbia blue jerseys are parts of my favorite. Here come your Carver Tigers, 4-1 on the year so far and leading the region. Of course, you'll see that the Tigers will be on offense first, and we'll see how things shake up here after the first snap. And we also want to give a shout out to our officials crew. Your referee today, Y.N. Myers III. Your umpire, Charles Graddick. Headline judge, Jalen Myers. Your line judge, Philip Hudson. Your field judge, Carlton Williams. Side judge, Dr. Alfred Green Jr. Your clock operator, Larry Addy. While your play clock operator is Milton Price Jr. Chain crew composes of Shirley Harmon, Ada Orta, Deidre Platt. We all appreciate all of you so much for all your hard work. And, folks, it's a little bit of a rookie journey for me here, your play-by-play announcer today. Just want to give a big shout-out to Thrift Behringer, Richard Holders, Chris Gates, the camera operators today, just helping this rookie try to shake off the dust and do what he can as a play-by-play operator. A play-by-play announcer. See, there you go. Hardaway now lines up for the kickoff. This will be the first kickoff of the game. A beautiful, again, 80 degrees, a slightly windy day here at Otis Spencer Stadium. See how that plays in everything. But again, folks, 81 degrees. You can't expect but a beautiful day. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful day for football. And we are underway here at Otis Spencer Stadium. Ball is caught by number 3, Braylon Jakes. He's got some daylight. Ladies and gentlemen, fireworks already at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers. Who said you needed to wait to get the party started like that? Once again, Braylon Jakes goes 70 yards to the house, and just like that, Tigers on the board already, 6-0. Well, it didn't take too long for me to get that first call out of the way there, folks. I hope you're enjoying that. For the Carver fans, already reason to celebrate with 11:47 on the clock. I tell you, just about 13 seconds off the play clock. Didn't take long for Carver to put their stamp on this game. Carver lining up for the extra point. Kick is up and true. That is Kendrick Pierce Spencer putting the Tigers up 7-0 now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever are a fan of these Carver Tigers, their offense has always been explosive, defense always on point, and now special teams is a major weapon. 7-0 thanks to the Braylon Jakes 70-yard kickoff return. Found a lane to the left, saw nothing but daylight, and as we like to say at News 3, nothing but clear skies and green turf in front of him. 7-0 Carver just like that. Looks like we're just going to have to do this kickoff again, but this time your Hardaway Hawks going from right to left on your screen. Again, maybe some time to knock off the rust. It is a Saturday afternoon instead of a Friday night here in Columbus, Georgia. But, man, talk about an explosive way to get the party started here for those Carver Tigers. Again, 7-0 Carver, 11:47 left in the first quarter. Kendrick Pierce Spencer looking to kick things off. And we are underway this time. Markel Benton drops the rock. It falls out of bounds, and it looks like the Hardaway Hawks will start their drive from their own 20-yard line. No return at all for those Hardaway Hawks. So here we go. The offense now taking the field for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr., your quarterback, big number 1 under center for those Hawks. Can he drive them 80 yards for the tying score? From their own 20-yard line, 4 receivers lined up to his right, 1 to his left. Big snap. Screen pass to number 3. That is William Little on the reception, but Carver all over him on that one. Looks like they'll just step back a couple yards. It was a herd of Carver Tigers taking him down for a loss. Again, a signature of this Carver defense. Swarming defense, always assignment sound. Second down. 15 now for the Hardaway Hawks. What do they have lined up here? Bobby once again in the shotgun. This time, 4 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. Bobby in the shotgun. Snap is away. Scanning. Looks like it was intended for number 5, Markel Benton, but the pass hits the turf. Make it 3rd down and 15 for the Hardaway Hawks. A tough starting drive for those Hawks with 1 incompletion, 1 screen pass completed for a very short gain, a 5-yard loss. So now facing 3rd and 15. Similar formation again. In the shotgun, Bobby Gary Jr. having 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. With 10:58 left in the first quarter, play clock down to 15. 5 receivers wide, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. Bobby scanning, trying to buy some time. Throws it as far as he can and intercepted by the Carver Tigers. Number 4, Antavius Watts comes up with the interception, and just like that, the Carver Tigers take over once again. 5-yard loss, incomplete pass, interception, a tough way to start things off for the Hardaway Hawks. Now the Carver Tigers with their second. This is the first time the Carver Tigers will actually, Carver Tigers offense will take the field, lining up at the 35-yard line, already in plus territory. 10:53 left in the first quarter. Carver leading 7-0. Ball snapped. Big number 1. Colby Castillo finding plenty of room to run, and now it is 2nd and 1 for those Carver Tigers. That is your first offensive play. Your quarterback, of course, Matthew Mungan, in tremendous command of this offense so far. 2nd and 2 for the Carver Tigers. 10:28 left here in the first quarter. Another handoff to big number 1, Kobe Castlin, going to his right side. Then, oh my gosh, he finds a corner at the 10-yard line, pushed out of bounds. Carver with a first down and goal. Already incredibly effective offense by the Carver Tigers. Back-to-back runs. The next one, another 10 to 15-yard run for Castlin. First down Tigers knocking on the door of the end zone from their 10-yard line. 10:18 left in the first quarter. Matthew Mungan lining up again in the pistol formation. Another handoff to Kobe Castlin. Through the pile, but brought down at the 2-yard line. 3 straight handoff to Castlin, and it's worked so far right now. Once again, Carver not bothering with the huddle. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter at the 2-yard line. Lining up again in a similar formation, heavy set to the right. Another snap, this time Castlin for the 4th time. Why not? This time runs over everybody for the end zone. Touchdown. Tigers with 9:46 left here in the first quarter. Folks, that was 4 straight handoffs to Kobe Castlin. The ground attack completely dominant at that point, and Carver quickly taking control of this game. 9:46 left here in the first quarter, 13-0 Carver. Kobe Castlin with 40 yards all on the ground and punches his way into pay dirt. This time, number 41, Kendrick Pierce Spencer, puts it through the uprights yet again. And, folks, 14-0 Carver in the blink of an eye. 9:46 left here in the first quarter. 14-0 Carver. And we'll be right back after a short break here. Again, you're watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live here from Otis Spencer Stadium.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons, discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons, discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everybody, to Georgia Alabama Sports Live here at Otis Spencer Stadium. And if you're just joining us now, the Carver Tigers dominating 14-0 with 9:46 left in the first quarter. Your first touchdown, actually a kickoff return by Braylon Jakes. Then Hardaway with a 3-and-out. All of a sudden, Carver gets an interception and 40 yards and a big old knock here. My goodness, on special teams. They can run fast on offense and they hit hard on defense. And now special teams, they rock some people as well. That is your number 21, Jacoby Henry, with the return. And a herd of Tigers bring him down. Again, folks, 9:36 left here in the first quarter. And Hardaway trailing 14-0. A kickoff return for a touchdown and 4 straight handoffs to Kobe Castlin, the running back for Carver. A junior running back listed at 170. Looked like Derrick Henry on that one, just running over everyone. But here we go. Hardaway on offense now. Big number 1, Bobby Gary Jr. in the shotgun, has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, running back right next to him. Snap is away. This time it's a handoff. But here come the Carver Tigers stuffing the run. A minimal gain for number 5 right there, Markel Benton. At least it's a step forward for those Hardaway Hawks. 9:25 left here in the first quarter. will be 2nd down and 9 for the Hardaway Hawks. Not a lot of success for the Hawks on their first offensive drive. It was a 5-yard loss on the screen pass, an incomplete pass, and then finally an interception made by number 8. That would be number 8 for the Carver Tigers, but here we go. Shotgun formation yet again for the Hardaway Hawks. 3 receivers to Bobby Gary's left. Snap is away. Another handoff to big number 5. Another handoff, big number 5. Markel Benson fights his way up for even more yards here, about 3 or 4 yards on that gain. 8:46 left here in the first quarter. Make it 3rd down and 8, so a gain of 1 at that part. Now make it 3rd down and 8 for the Hardaway Hawks with 8:29 left here in the first quarter. Defense chance ringing out here at Otis Spencer Stadium. Bobby Gary Jr. in shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back Markel Benton lining up right behind him. Motions to his right. Snap is away. Bobby. Oh my goodness, here come the Carver Tigers. He is sacked for a big time loss. Number 44, A.J. Wilson bringing him down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hardaway Hawks now have an interception and a big-time sack and another 3 and out for the Hawks to start off this drive on their first 2 possessions of this game, and it looks like it could be a long afternoon for the Hawks. Punt team now on the field for the Hawks, while the Carver Tigers have number 2, Kelston Tarver, way back here to receive the punt. Punt is away. Tarver looking to line it up. Fields it at about the 37-yard line. Goes to his left, but he is brought down by number 6 right there. That's Travin Bennett. So Carver takes over in their own territory. 7:10 left here in the first quarter. This is the first time the Carver Tigers will actually start in their own territory this game. Last time it started off with a Watts interception, and the Carver Tigers started on the Hardaway 40-yard line. This time it looks like Matthew Mungan will have to lead his Tigers about, just over 60 yards to paradise. About 63 yards, it looks like. Here go the Tigers, lining up in a pistol formation. Mungan gets the signal from the sideline. Here comes the snap. Diving catch number there by number 8. That is Kamari Miles. About a 2-yard gain at this point. 6:58 left here in the first quarter. Make it 2nd down and 8 for those Carver Tigers. 14-0 all Tigers so far in this game. No need to huddle at this point. Mungan and the Tigers once again lining up. Mungan in the pistol with 3 receivers to his right. Another handoff to Colby Castellane. My goodness, folks, staying on his feet. 1st down Tigers with the, let's call it a 9-yard gain. So 1st down Tigers, they'll reset the sticks. 6:30 left here in the first quarter. That tempo offense working beautifully for the Tigers so far. Mungan, once again, shotgun formation. Gets the signal once again. Making some room. This time, pass to Ace Thomas. Ace with a stiff arm, but eventually brought down. Right about a 5-yard gain. Looks like they have playmakers just about everywhere here, folks. 6:10 left here in the first quarter. Carver leading 14-0. After that pass, it will be 2nd down and 5. Once again, Carver Tigers already lining up in that similar formation for the 3 receivers to Mungan's right. This time, solo pass up to number 8 right there, Kamari Miles. Miles gets the 1st down, brought down by number 10, Dante Hill for Hardaway, but got to reset those sticks yet again. That is another big-time gain for the Carver Tigers. Using the air attack a little bit more on this drive. Again, last drive, but nothing but 4 handoffs to Kobe Castellane, the incredible running back for the Carver Tigers. Slowing it down just a little bit here, but similar pistol formation for the Carver Tigers. Snaps away to Mungan, fakes the handoff, and this pass is deflected, hits the turf. Looks like it was intended for Tristan Gibbon, the birthday boy for the Carver Tigers. That is the first incompletion that Mungan has thrown this afternoon. 5:15 left here in the first quarter. Again, Carver leading 14-0. Tigers facing second down and 10. Here goes Givens, once again in that similar pistol formation. This time, it's a handoff to number 2, Kelston Tarver. My goodness, drags about 3 or 4 Hardaway Hawks over the first down marker. Once again, first down, Tigers. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. My goodness, the Carver Tigers have soaked off about 3 minutes on this drive. Here we go, 4 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just draining the clock at this point. Slowing down the pace a little bit. Substitutions coming in for the Carver Tigers. Mungan gets his signal. Lining up in that pistol formation, we got 2 receivers to his right, 1 running back right behind him. This time, Tarver once again gets the call, but what a defensive play for number 22, Jordan Malone, for the Hardaway Hawks. Much needed momentum for the Hawks at this point because Carver has done whatever they wanted to at this drive. Again, 4:20 left here in the first quarter, 14-0. Carver looking to add to that lead. A much more deliberate pace at this point. Mungan, once again in that shotgun formation, 1 receiver to his left, 1 receiver wide out to his right. Scanning the field, fakes the handoff, fakes the pass in. What a beautiful dime at the 2-yard line. Braylon Jakes, that is a touchdown. I thought he went out at the 1-yard line, folks, but Braylon Jakes drags the rock into paradise just like that. 20-0 Carver. They've done it through special teams, they've done it on the ground, and now they've done it through the air. Matthew Mungan with his first touchdown pass of the day. Make it 20-0 Carver. The head coach obviously upset. Timeout called for Hardaway. Ryan McKenzie out at the 20-yard line mark. Very disappointed with what happened at that point. I'll give him some reasons to agree with him because it looked like Braylon Jakes' foot was maybe out at the 2-yard line before he crossed into the end zone. But the Zebras' opinion is the only one that matters at this point. It is 20-0 Carver. It's the first time out of the game here, folks. And we're going to take a quick break with him. Carver leading 20-0, 3:55 left in the first quarter.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons, discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons, discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Smith Chevrolet. Welcome back, folks. If you're just now joining us, it is a one-sided affair so far at Otis Spencer Stadium. Big number 41, Kendrick Pierce Spencer, just hit the extra point, and now Tigers lead 21-0 over the Hardaway Hawks. That drive was absolutely impressive. About a 62-yard drive through the air and on the ground. But in the end, Matthew Mungan hits about a 15-yard pass, to Braylon Jakes, who already has returned a kick for a touchdown. So make it 21-0 Carver with 3:55 left here in the first quarter. We know that Ryan McKenzie, very passionate coach, was, let's just say, passionately debating with those Zebras on that call. Nevertheless, still 21-0. Braylon Jakes, 2 touchdowns on the day. A windy day here at Otis Spencer Stadium. And number 41, Kendrick Pierce Spencer. We are underway here with another drive. Number 3, William Little brings it in, the kick for the Hardaway Hawks, but he is stopped at the 20-yard line by 3 or 4 Tigers. And here goes Hardaway yet again, starting in their own territory. The past couple of drives were not very impressive for the Hardaway Hawks at this point. An interception and then a 3-and-out for it, which ended in a sack for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr. has a tough test against this incredibly stout Carver defense. We'll see if this time they can go 80 yards to finally get on the scoreboard. 3:47 left here in the first quarter, folks. This is the third offensive drive for the Hardaway Hawks. So here we go, Bobby in that shotgun formation. Handoff to number 5, Markel Benton, about 2 yards, but we have some laundry on the field. We'll go to the officials to check the call. And a 15-yard penalty on the Carver Tigers for face mask will move the Hardaway Hawks 15 yards. 3:41 left here in the first quarter. Hawks trailing 21-0. Maybe this could be a move here to give the Hardaway Hawks some kind of momentum, lining up on their own 35-yard line. Once again, shotgun formation for the Hawks. 2 receivers to Gary's right, 2 to his left, 1 running back right behind him. Bobby has some time. Pocket collapses. Then all of a sudden, he goes down. Number 28, Zion Mabry, will bring him down for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Folks, it's been nothing but a nightmare for the Hardaway Hawks offense out there. That is the second sack for the Carver defense this afternoon. They've already forced Bobby Gary to throw an interception. Here we go. It is just over 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Now 2nd and 14 for Hardaway. Bobby Gary once again in that shotgun formation, trying to buy in some more time. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Snap is away. This time, another handoff to Markel Benton, trying to fight for more yards. Stood up after about a 4-yard gain. It has been tough trucking again, but their best and most consistent play has been handoff to Markel Benton, doing everything he can right there, but still going to be about 3rd down and 11 with 2:38 left here in the first quarter. The Carver Tigers have forced these Hardaway Hawks to be behind schedule at this point almost every single drive. 2:20 left here in the first quarter. Hardaway Hawks break out of their huddle. Bobby Gary has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and that running back right next to him. Can the Carver Tigers force another turnover? Bobby gets the signal from his sideline. Snap is away. Has some time scanning. This time fighting for, calls his own number. Gets through a little bit, but it's about a 3 or 4 yard game. Not nearly enough for that first down before a herd of Tigers take him down yet again. So impressed by this Carver Tigers defense, swarming to the ball. Now, 4th down and 7 with 1:39 left here in the first quarter. Carver leads 21-0. At this point, looks like they will stay on the field, rolling the dice here at 4th and 7 with 1:28 left here in the first quarter. Play clock at 20 seconds right now. Kind of in no man's land here, so I understand the call, but Bobby Gary Jr. once again in that shotgun formation. 2 to his right, 1 receiver out to his left. Play clock at 7 seconds at this point. Still looking at his sidelines. 4, 3, 2, and there is your timeout call by Ryan McKenzie. His 2nd timeout of the first half. Used 2 in this first quarter. 1 minute and 5 seconds left here at Otis Spencer Stadium, and those Carver Tigers with a dominating 21-0 lead.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
And welcome back, everybody, to Otis Spencer Stadium. This broadcast brought to you by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Carver Tigers with a dominant 21-0 lead over those Hardaway Hawks. Hardaway forced into another 3-and-out after getting actually a 15-yard gain after a face mask penalty called on the Carver Tigers. But now getting ready to punt it away yet again. Number 2, Kelston Tarver lining up to receive the punt. Snap is away, and Hardaway punts it again back to those Carver Tigers. Tarver lets this one bounce, bounces at about the 32-yard line, and will settle at the 27-yard line. No return on that call on that punt. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Carver once again dominating this game so far. Make it 21-0 over Hardaway. They've done it every which way they could, folks. The defense has stepped up with about 3 sacks on the day and an interception. Special teams started the party off with a Braylon Jakes 70-yard return. On their 40-yard line, it was nothing but handoffs to Kobe Caslin. And now, and then don't forget about that 15-yard touchdown pass to Braylon Jakes for his second touchdown of the quarter. This time, starting from their own 27-yard line. Tigers quarterback Matthew Mungan with the snap. Quick handoff right there. Number 20 on the carry, Markel Francis right there for the Carver Tigers. Just a gain of 1, so we'll call it second down and 9. 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. But again, they've done it every way they could, folks. Special teams has a touchdown and a pair of touchdowns, both one on the ground and one through the air. This time, Mungan in the pistol formation. Snap. This time, it's a handoff to number 20, Markel Peters, and my gosh, fights his way through for about 7 or 8 yards. Third down and about manageable for those Carver Tigers. Excuse me, number 2, that was Kelston Tarver on the handoff. Quick offense yet again, third down and short. Tarver gets the handoff, pushes the pile for a 5 or 6 yard gain. It is a first down, Tigers, and that'll wrap up the second quarter. Those Carver Tigers all over the Hardaway Hawks, 21-0, as the first quarter comes to an end. Folks, this has been a complete performance by the Tigers in just the first quarter alone. Special teams has returned for a return to kick. They've gotten a touchdown on the ground thanks to Kobe Caslin, and Matthew Mungan connected with Braylon Jakes for a touchdown on that first quarter as well. Hardaway, nothing going at this point. And folks, thank you so much for joining us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The end of the first quarter, Carver leads 21-0. We're taking a quick break. We'll see you after the break.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC offers popular full-size trucks with a legacy of strength and durability. Side by side, the new Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra 1500s, discounted up to $13,000 off. Or big, heavy-duty Chevy and GMC 2500s, discounted up to $8,000 off. Rugged durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect truck today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
And welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium, everybody. It is 21-0, all Carver Tigers here to start off the second quarter. If you're just joining us now, the Tigers have been dominating on every asset of the ball. A special teams kickoff return by Braylon Jakes for a 70-yard touchdown and a pair of touchdowns, one on the air, one through the air, one on the ground for Carver, and that defense has been dominant for the Tigers. Tough sledding so far for those Hardaway Hawks. So here we are to start off the second quarter. Carver this time going from right to left, starting on their own 42-yard line. It's a keeper by Matthew Mungan. Barrels his way close to the first down marker, but it looks like it will be just short. Make it second down and about 1. Mungan this time has been showing that he has incredible skills with his feet and his arm this afternoon. Excuse me, Jay-Sean Hall on that carry. My apologies, folks. There goes number 7, Matthew Mungan this time under center. Excuse me, in the pistol formation. This time, it's another handoff. And my goodness, Kobe Caslin, who already has that touchdown to give the Tigers a 14-0 lead, barrels his way for a first down. Carver once again in Hardaway territory. On the Hardaway, 38-yard line. This time, Kelston Tarver coming in as your running back. This incredible stable of running backs one of the most dangerous weapons for the Carver Tigers. Matthew Mungan, this time under center. Snap is away. Has plenty of time back there. Here comes some pressure. Mungan decides to keep it himself, slides for about a 7-yard gain, make it 2nd down and 8, or let's say 2nd down and 4 for those Carver Tigers. Consistently moving forward. Just about every weapon they wanted to use, they can now. 10:30 left here in the second quarter. 21-0 Carver, all over Hardaway. 2 receivers line up to the right, 1 receiver to his left. Matthew Mungan showing complete control of this offense. Snap is away. This time, another handoff to Tarver. He's got the 1st down and more. Getting to the outside, pushed out at about the 19-yard line. It is, I wouldn't necessarily thunder and lightning when it comes to Kelson Tarver and Kobe Castlin. It is just lightning and lightning. Incredible run there by the 5'10", 180-pound running back, the junior, and then his cohort about the same size, 5'9", 170, a junior as well. So these two will come back for their senior year to prove to be more dangerous than ever. Matthew Mungan back in that pistol formation. Quick screen pass to number 11, Tristan Gibbons, the birthday boy. Eats at about 5 or 6 yards, make it 2nd down and 7. 9:53 left here in the first quarter. Excuse me, 9:48 left here in the first quarter. This has been nothing but Carver Tigers since the start of this quarter. Clock continues to tick. No huddles yet for those Carver Tigers. Matthew Mungan once again lined up in that pistol formation. Has 2 receivers to his left. Screen pass to Braylon Jakes. And he is brought down by a big hit for the Hardaway Hawks. And it was number 6, Travin Bennett, coming in to crash the party at that point. One of the few negative plays for the Carver Tigers. Now, 3rd and 14 for those Carver Tigers. I believe that is the first negative play of the afternoon for the Carver offense, but they still lead 21-0 with about 9 minutes left here in the second quarter, excuse me. Matthew Mungan in that pistol formation again, 3 receivers to his right. Oh my gosh, he has a wide open man in the end zone. That is Kamari Miles. Touchdown. Carver. He ran by everybody in a white jersey. And ladies and gentlemen, Tigers get their 2nd touchdown through the air. It's a 2nd touchdown for Matthew Mungan to make it 27-0 Carver with 8:39 left here in the first quarter. Carver band going to be busy this afternoon, folks. That was a 20-yard pass for the Carver quarterback. And once again, Kendrick Pierce Spencer lining up for the extra point. The windy afternoon here in Otis Spencer. It is pure. 28-0 Carver all over the Hardaway Hawks. A 73-yard drive, mastered beautifully. Just 1 negative play on that drive, but Matthew Mungan eventually finding number 8, Kamari Miles. My goodness, folks, it has been 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Carver Tigers. Matthew Mungan, a pair of touchdown passes to 1, Braylon Jakes and Kamari Miles. The 6'3", 175-pound wideout, another junior as well, 2nd year on the team. They are full of weapons and so disciplined with a great quarterback to lead them as well. So 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, and 1 special teams touchdown for Carver. Kickoff is away. William Little finds some daylight. Looks like he's got a little lane, but taken down eventually at the 42-yard line. That's been one of the best plays for the Hardaway Hawks all afternoon long, and they'll set up right here at the 42-yard line, finally getting some momentum here for the Hardaway Hawks offense. It's been tough sledding right here, but this is their best starting position this afternoon. It has been 3 drives and no luck at all to get on the scoreboard for the Hardaway Hawks. So can their 4th drive finally get some kind of fruition? Because this game can get away from them quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, Bobby Gary Jr. lining up in that shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Snap is away. Screen pass. Looks like it was completed to number 14, Adrian Taylor, and he had a little bit of room but tripped up by the defense. So we'll make it just a 1-yard gain. 8:17 left here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9 for those Hardaway Hawks. And Carver all over Hardaway, 28-0. Of their 3 drives, Hardaway has not put up any points. They've had an interception, a pair of sacks. Meanwhile, on the other sideline, those boys in the Columbia Blue, the Carver Tigers, 4 drives, all have come to fruit, or 3 drives, all of them resulting in touchdowns. Bobby Gary Jr. once again in that similar formation, sends a man into motion. This time, it's a handoff to Markel Bennett, but my gosh, the Carver Tigers not fooled at all on that one. Pushed way back on that handoff. All Carver defense on that one. Hardaway seems like they're just running into a wall with their offense, but I mean, when you have a team as talented as the Carver Tigers, it's tough to get anything going at this point. So we'll call it 3rd and about 11 for the Hardaway Hawks to keep this drive alive. A host of Tigers swarmed all over Markel Benton at that point. Bobby Gary Jr. once again lined up in that shotgun formation. Can they get something going? Keep this drive alive and avoid a 3-and-out. Bobby, oh boy, has to run. And looks like he's got a man way downfield. My goodness, it is William Little. Brought it down a 30-yard pass in the air, and now the Hardaway Hawks keep this drive alive. 1st down, Hardaway. A sign of life for the Hawks. They complete this. It is their first down of the afternoon. Excuse me, the 3rd first down of the afternoon. But now finally in Carver territory. Big time throw from Bobby Gary Jr. to William Little. Can this provide some life for the Hawks? Gary lines up in the shotgun from the 26-yard line. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Trying to keep the momentum going at this point. Carver had been so solid throughout this entire game, but Bobby finds a man. Oh my goodness, Adrian Taylor had it, but knocked out of his hands at that point. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. 6:03 left here in the second quarter. Make it 28-0 Carver at this point. At this point, Hardaway finding some big-time life with that huge throw by Bobby Gary Jr. to number 3, William Little. Can't keep the momentum going with that quick pass right there. 2nd down and 10 for the Hawks. Here we go. Bobby lined up in that shotgun formation yet again. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left on the short side. Snap is away. Bobby running to his right. Has a lot of pressure. Quick dump off, but it is incomplete. Trying to find Little again. He was being chased by about 2 or 3 Carver Tigers at that point. 3rd down and 10 now for Hardaway. $5:57 left here in the second quarter. Carver up 28-0. Hardaway finding some momentum on their 4th offensive drive of the game. Their first 3 unfruitful. An interception and 2 3-and-outs thanks to a pair of sacks. Tough sledding for sure for the Hardaway Hawks, and the Carver Tigers have been all over everything the Hawks wanted to do. We'll see if they can finally punch it in. From their own 26-yard, from the Carver 26-yard line, Bobby Gary Jr. in that shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And a flag now on the play. We'll check with the officials about what the flag is all about. A loss down here on the Hawks. 5:57 left here in the second quarter. Carver leading 28-0. All right, the white hat explaining the penalty. But now, 3rd down and 10 for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby in that shotgun formation. Similar formation, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Snap is away, looking for a man downfield. But the pressure gets to him. Once again, the Carver Tigers bring him down for the 3rd sack of the game. That makes it 4th down and a country mile to go. We'll see what the Hardaway Hawks want to do here. So that was 3rd down and 10 for the Hardaway Hawks. The penalty didn't help at all, and then the Carver Tigers come in for their 3rd sack of the afternoon. All right, 4th down now, no special teams for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr. still out there on the field with his offense. And looks like the officials will gather together here to a little conference. 5:15 left here in the first half. Carver leads 28-0. Again, folks, this was the first drive the Carver Tigers had in plus territory. Excuse me, the Hardaway Hawks had in plus territory, getting to finally the Carver 30-yard line. Head official having some conversations with both sidelines, trying to figure some details out here. But 5:15 left here in the second quarter. 4th down and 13 for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr. and the offense still out on the field. And they get the Carver Tigers to jump. At least 2 Tigers jumped off sides at this point. So that'll give some free real estate for the Hardaway Hawks. Make it 4th down and 8 now with 5:05 left here in the second quarter. Carver holding on solidly to that 28-0 lead. Now, Bobby Gary Jr. and those Hardaway Hawks still going to roll the dice on 4th down on the Carver 28-yard line. Bobby Gary looks to his sideline, gets the signals. It is the 3rd and final timeout for the Hardaway Hawks. 4:58 left here in the second quarter. Hardaway in plus territory, trying not to waste his possession and finally get on the board. But until they do, Carver has a solid 28-0 lead over the Hardaway Hawks with 4:58 left in the first half. You're watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're going to take a quick break with the teams, and we'll be back right after this.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without business like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
All right, folks, welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The Hardaway Hawks rolling the dice here with 4th and 8 to go, down 28-0. 4:58 left here in the second quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. And all of a sudden, looks, his pass bounces off a Carver Tiger. And just like that, it is a turnover on downs. Once again, Hardaway coming up short with their 4th offensive play of the drive. But he was under offensive drive of the game, but he was under tons of pressure from the Carver Tigers. And looks like Carver will take over yet again. Can the Carver Tigers add to their already 28-point lead? They'll start this one on their own 29-yard line. The Tigers have come up with a score in their past 3 offensive drives. Again, a running touchdown by Kobe Castellan, and then a pair of passing touchdowns by Matthew Mungan. Connected with Braylon Jakes and Kamari Miles. Can they come up with another 7 points on this drive? 4:52 left here in the first half. Snap is away. Jakes with the pass finds Amari Couch. About a 5-yard gain at that point, and then here comes a penalty. A big toss by the white hat on this one. We'll check with the officials on the call. Personal foul called. A big penalty on the Carver Tigers. A personal foul called on the boys in Columbia Blue. That will back them up all the way to the 19-yard line. 4:39 left here in the first quarter. The second quarter, in the first half, mind you. But now the Carver Tigers have to try and find pay dirt from their own 19-yard line. Matthew Mungan has 4 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. First and 25 for the Carver Tigers. One of their biggest challenges of this game so far with that down and distance. Tarver, his running back, now moves to line up on Mungan's left. Handoff to Tarver. Finds some daylight, shedding off a couple of tacklers here. Only about a 3-yard gain. So we'll make it a humble second and about 22 for the Carver Tigers. 4:12 left here in the first half. Couple of substitutes here for the Carver Tigers. There comes the number 11. Once again, happy birthday, Tristan Gibbon. These past 3 offensive drives have all been touchdowns for the Carver Tigers. Can they make it 4 of 4? Mungan getting a call from his sideline. Has 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Tarver lining up as a running back in the shotgun formation. And looks like the Carver Tigers will call their first timeout of the game. 3:27 left here in the second quarter. Carver with a commanding 28-0 lead. Head coach Pierre Coffey calling his team over to talk about some strategy. That is Carver's first timeout of the half. We'll take a break with them as well. You're watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live from Otis Spencer Stadium.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top.
Alabama Sports Live from Otis Spencer Stadium. I'm Rex Castillo. And the Carver Tigers with a massive 28-0 lead over the Hardaway Hawks. 3:27 left here in the second quarter. Snap to Matthew Mungan. This time connects with Kobe Caslin. Has plenty of room. And they needed about 19 yards. He got them about 20. Make it first down. Carver on that one. I tell you, folks, it looks like the Carver Tigers offense is clicking on all cylinders at this point. Their biggest deficit at this point was a personal foul call by the referees, by the officials, to push them back to their own 19-yard line, but they get the big first down here with a pass to Kobe Caslin. Matthew Mungan once again in that shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Snap is away. Simple handoff right there, but a big-time hit. Number 7, Damari Taylor crashed the party on that one and brought down Tarver in the backfield. 3:07 left here in the second quarter. Carver still leading 28-0. On that second down, this time, quick pass off right there. And my goodness, look at all the room that number 18, Darian Jackson, eats up. Pushed out at about the, let's say about the 33-yard line. But now, Carver Tigers finding themselves in familiar territory, back in Hardaway territory. And that was big number 10, Ace Thomas, eating up all kinds of real estate and giving the Tigers a first down. But we got some laundry on the field to figure out what's going on. The penalty on the Tigers will actually push them back to about the 47-yard line. Holding call called on the Carver Tigers. So a big run turns not as great after the holding penalty. on the edge of Hardaway territory at this point. Carver at the 47-yard line. 2:48 left here in the second quarter. Second down and 3 now for the Carver Tigers. Matthew Mungan lining up in that similar pistol formation. 2 receivers to his right. This time another handoff to Tarver. Beautiful running lanes for him. Finally brought down at about the 35-yard line. Kobe Castlin with a big-time carry. And once again, first down, Tigers. It has been smooth operating here for the Carver Tigers with their incredible offense so far. They have scored on their past 3 offensive drives. Could they make it 4 of 4? With weapons like Kobe Castlin, looks like they can pretty much overcome anything at this point. Just at about 2 minutes left here in the second quarter, with Carver leading 28-0. No huddles so far yet for the Carver Tigers. Getting the signal from this hurry up for this faster pace offense. Mungan lining up. Gets the snap. Scanning. Plenty of time for him to look for somebody. Has a man in the end zone. Throws it up and no! The ball hits the turf. Amari Couch looking to bring that in for another touchdown for the Tigers, but it sails over his head. He hit the turf, and so did the Hardaway defender. So that makes it second down and 10 for the Carver Tigers from their own, again, from the Hardaway 32-yard line. Make it 1:38 left here in the half. Carver still with a dominant 28-0 lead, looking to add to it yet again. Mungan looking for the signals from the sideline as the Carver Tigers make their substitutes. And here we go. Just over 1:30 left in the first half. Mungan with a snap. 3 receivers to his right, but this time it's a handoff yet again to Castlin, who slices and dices and spins his way to just about the first down marker. And it will be a first down for the Tigers. Now Carver at the Hardaway 24-yard line on the edge of the red zone. Mungan in the offense getting the signals from the sidelines. 3 receivers to Mungan's right. 1:05 left here in the first half. Carver looking to add to their 28-0 lead. Sending a man in motion. That's Markel Francis. But Mungan, this time, another strike. And oh my goodness, just out of the outstretched arms of Ace Thomas. Diving to try and make it 35-0 Carver. But ball hits the ground. It is the second pass to Pater that did not end up in a receiver's hand. But 52 seconds left here in the first half. Carver still leads 28-0. Substitutions being made here for the Carver Tigers. Some shuffling of the lineup here to see if they can get their 4th offensive touchdown of the game. To kick things off, Braylon Jakes returned to kick all the way 70 yards to start the party. Mungan now lines up in that familiar shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion. That is Castlin in motion from left to right. But completed pass this time. Big time hit. Ace Thomas missed the touchdown pass on the last possession, but makes up for it with this big-time catch and brought down hard at about the Hardaway 18-yard line. Head official asking for resetting of the play clock here. So 32 seconds left here in the first half. Carver leads 28-0 and knocking on the door yet again in the red zone. Carver at the 16-yard line. Head official asking to reset the clock, and now there's 45 seconds left here in the second half. Mungan lining up in that shotgun formation. This time another handoff. Kobe Castlin spinning, brought down eventually at about the 6-yard line. Make it first down and goal for the Carver Tigers. Castlin has been one of the most dynamic weapons of this game so far. Head referee Y.N. Myers III making sure that our time is right. We have 35 seconds left here in the second half. Carver leading 28-0. Once again, knocking on the door. Matthew Mungan gets the snap. It's a handoff this time. Once again, make it 35-0 Carver. Number 20, Markel Francis, the junior running back at 165 pounds, 5'7", puts the Tigers up with their 4th offensive touchdown of the afternoon. Make it 34-0 Carver. 25 seconds left here in the first half. It has been absolutely academic by the Carver Tigers in this one, folks. That was about a 6-yard run for the Carver Tigers, now leading 35-0. 4 different Carver Tigers have found pay dirt in this game. Braylon Jakes, a pair of touchdowns with the kickoff return and a caught touchdown pass. Kamari Miles catching a touchdown pass of his own. And now making Markel Francis the 3rd running back to get into this game with a 6-yard run. All Tigers again, folks. They lead 35-0 with 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Meanwhile, the Hardaway Hawks just looking to try and get into plus territory more frequently. 4 offensive drives, 4 touchdowns for those Carver Tigers as they lead now 35-0, 25 seconds left in the first half. Well, folks, Carver has absolutely dominated this game from the first snap, kicking off once again to the Hardaway Hawks. We got a couple whistles here. Looks like we may have to re-kick this bad boy. And to catch you up some scores in the college football ranks, since we are playing high school football on a Saturday, that's encroachment by the kicking team, so it'll be a 5, sending back the Carver Tigers 5 yards. For those interested in listening to this broadcast, Ole Miss leads Kentucky 17-13 with about 7:54 left in the 4th quarter. Great showing by the Wildcats, who held the Georgia Bulldogs to a lot less than we expected in that game. See, around the SEC right here. As we know, big-time matchup between the Georgia Bulldogs and Alabama Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa tonight at 7:30. Also, those Auburn Tigers looking to try and right the ship after a disappointing loss to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Peyton Thorne getting the call to be the starting quarterback this afternoon. But kick is away here at Otis Spencer Stadium. William Little once again catches the ball to his left, staying on his feet, brings the ball from the 20 to about the 37-yard line. The Hawks starting off from their 37-yard line, one of the best starting positions of the game today. 17 seconds left here in the second half. Catching you up on some college football around the SEC. 6th-ranked Ole Miss up 17-13 with 7:28 left in the 4th quarter. Kentucky looking to play spoiler as they just came short against the Georgia Bulldogs last week, but caused the Dogs to lose that #1 ranking in the AP polls. But here we go. Hardaway in that shotgun formation. Bobby Gary Jr. And it's a muff snap. Oh, my gosh. Carver scoops up the ball. Big fella running for the end zone. Folks, they've done it on every phase of the game so far. As the official announces he's got to go get his beanbag, Kingston Brown, the freshman, 270 pounds, 6'1", and the freshman gets a defensive touchdown for the Tigers. Folks, it is now 41-0 Carver with 8 seconds left here in the first half. A muff snap on Bobby Gary Jr. trying to hand it off, it looks like, to Markel Benton. And the freshman, Kingston Brown, saw an opportunity and ran with it. Scoops up the ball, 30-yard touchdown run, this time by the big fella on the defensive line. 41-0 Carver with 8 seconds left here in the first half. And once again, he's been a busy man on the special teams. Kendrick Pierce Spencer looking to add on for the extra point. Kick is up and through the uprights. Make it 42-0 Carver with 8 seconds left here in the first half. So they have Carver. Let's recap it here a little bit. They've had a special teams touchdown with Braylon Jakes taking it 70 yards to the house. Then a running touchdown by Kelson Tarver. Another passing touchdown to Braylon Jakes. Then Kamari Miles comes up with a touchdown right there. Now the big fella comes through with a scoop and score. And let's not forget about Markel Francis, who also a rushing touchdown for the Carver Tigers. That is how you put up 42 points in the first half, folks. So Carver has now scored 21 points in each of the quarters. 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. 21 points scored here in the second quarter. If my math is right, that makes it 42-0 Carver. Looks like if you're wondering, didn't they just kick off? They sure just did. Hardaway, after Hardaway's kickoff return, a fumble on the snap. And again, the freshman Kingston Brown with a big-time scoop and score for the Tigers. Kickoff is away. Once again, William Little catches it at about his own 10-yard line, gets to about the 15, crosses the field to the 20-yard line, brought down at the 22-yard line. And that'll do it for the first half. Carver dominant in this game, leading 42-0 over the Hardaway Hawks. It has been a one-sided fight for 2 quarters, and it started from the jump. This is Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I'm Rex Castillo. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break at halftime as the Carver Tigers and Hardaway Hawks head into the locker room. It is now 42-0 Carver over Hardaway. We'll be right back.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons, discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons, discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
And welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium, folks. We are at halftime. The Carver Tigers lead 42-0 over those Hardaway Hawks. And on your screen right now, you can hear and see the $1 Million Band from the Hardaway High School Hawks. And what an incredible job this band does as well. Wanted to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors who make this all happen. For an exceptional car or truck buying experience, you got to head down to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC here in Opelika, Alabama, everybody. With over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, many still covered by factory warranty, you're sure to find a great ride. You got to start your journey today at glennsmith.com, whether you're from Georgia or Alabama, and doesn't matter who you root for because they got a big game today. Discover why Glenn Smith, they say, get ready to smile. Also, Terry Johnson, thank you so much for helping us out. The Terry Johnson Agency has been serving the community for over 30 years, helping people save money on all their insurance needs. Whether you need home, auto, life, or church insurance, look no further than the Terry Johnson Agency, a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live since we started. The $1 Million Band rocking the halftime stage right here from Hardaway High School. This is Rex Castillo from Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Again, Carver leads 42-0 over those Hardaway Hawks. Hey, folks, welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I'm Rex Castillo. We are just wrapping up halftime. Carver leads 42-0 to just start off this third quarter. But before we get started, State Farm Carroll Purdue has been a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live from the very start. With over 15 years of dedicated service to the Phoenix City community, Carroll Purdue and her team are your go-to experts for all your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, business, life, or health, reach out to Carroll Purdue Agency for personalized, trusted support. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been the Carver Tigers game and showcase from the very beginning. 4 offensive drives, 4 touchdowns, throw in a special teams touchdown and a scoop and score by a freshman for the Carver Tigers, Kingston Brown. What an exciting day for the freshman. Getting a touchdown, a 30-yard scoop and score, and that all adds up to a massive 42-0 lead for the Carver Tigers. The Hardaway Hawks deferred the ball to the Carver Tigers in the first half, so they will receive to start off the third quarter. It's cooled down a little bit here at Otis Spencer Stadium as more clouds have come into our skies, but still a beautiful day for football. Kendrick Pierce Spencer kicks this one off, bounces on the ground for a little bit, and it is dropped by William Little, but he quickly recovers it, and now Hardaway will start at their own 19-yard line. Folks, the Carver Tigers have been absolutely dominant from the very beginning, and they've done it in all phases of the game. Their first touchdown in the game, Braylon Jakes takes it 70 yards to the house off the kickoff return, and then it was just all Carver from there. So, if the Carver Tigers win this game, they will improve to 5-1 and have won their 3rd game in a row, and potentially another shutout in store for the Tigers. They've shut out Northside with a 26-0 lead. Columbus, they shut them out 49-0, and right now they lead 42-0. 11:20 left here in the third quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. lining up in that shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left, one to his right as they go left to right on your screen this afternoon to start off the third quarter. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. This time, Dante Hill grabs the ball and gets about a 7 to 8 yard gain. Great start to the quarter for the Hardaway offense. They definitely need some momentum because not a lot was going right for the Hardaway Hawks to start off the game here. 10:50 left in the third quarter. Make it 2nd down and 2 for the Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr. once again in that shotgun formation has a running back to his left, 2 wideouts to his left and 1 to his right. Gets the signal, makes some final checks at the line. Snap coming his way. This time, it's a simple handoff to Markel Benton. He's got daylight. Crosses the 45 to the 46, the 47-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, a big sign of life from the big fella. Markel Benton brings the Hardaway Hawks close to the midfield mark. Now, 1st down Hardaway with 10-11 left in the third quarter. This is the best sign of life Hardaway has shown all afternoon. With 10 minutes left in the third quarter, knocking on the door to that 50-yard line. They pretty much lived in their own territory all game long. Bobby Gary Jr. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. His running back, Benton, to his right at this point. Making final checks at the line. Fakes the handoff. Tries to connect once again to Dante Hill, but it flies out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 for the Hardaway Hawks with 9:35 left here in the third quarter. Hawks desperately looking to get back on the score or to get on the scoreboard at this point. But you got to give it up to the Carver defense. They have been absolutely dominant these past 2 games. Once again, they have shut out Columbus and Northside, their past 2 opponents, 49-0, 26-0, respectively. Northside losing that game 26-0. This is a locked-in defense. To do that in football at this level takes tremendous focus and trust in one another. Bobby Gary Jr. now in that shotgun once again, similar formation. Rolls to his left, trying to buy some time. Big block by Benton. But it looks like Bobby Gary would just have to dive to try and get something going, but may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. 8:48 left here in the third quarter. Once again, the Carver Tigers all over Hardaway, leading 42-0. Third quarter now looks like another situation the Hardaway Hawks have lived in all too familiar with. 3rd and long, specifically 3rd and 11 for the Hardaway Hawks. looking to try and keep this drive alive. Now, they did face a 3rd down and long in the second quarter, and Bobby Garrett with a big-time pass to William Little. Maybe he can find that explosive weapon once again. Shotgun formation for Hardaway. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Man goes in motion, but just a little bit of window dressing. And look, and Markel Birch gets away from one guy, but can't get much more than that. Forced out of bounds behind the sticks. And once again, 4th down and long for the Hardaway Hawks. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. And unfortunately, folks, it looks like Hardaway's offense just could not find its rhythm at all, but got to give a whole lot of credit to that Carver defense. Giving up 1 explosive play so far this afternoon, and here comes the special teams for both sides. Hardaway has rolled the dice a couple times. And punt is away. Marquise Yanis with the reception. Great return there, about 15 yards. And now Carver will set up at their 45-yard line. Every possession the Carver Tigers have had this afternoon, folks, they've scored. That again, not great at math, but when you go 4 for 4 with all those touchdowns, plus you get some help from special teams and your defense, it's going to be a long afternoon for your opponent. So here we go, 6:45 left here in the third quarter. We do have a running clock here. Carver leads 42-0. And it looks like we have some new players in for the Carver Tigers. Jay-Sean Hall in the man under center, senior for the Carver Tigers. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes the handoff. This time it's a keeper. Tries to find some daylight, but Hardaway all over it. Antonio Nunley, linebacker for the Hardaway Hawks, brings him to a minimum gain, about a 1-yard loss at this point. And, folks, just a big update for you college football fans out there. Kentucky leads number 6 Ole Miss 20-17 with 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. But here we go back here at Otis Spencer Stadium. It's a handoff. Got a handoff. And it looks like, excuse me, folks, on that one, Kelston Tarver trying to fight for every single inch and every single yard. That'll make it 3rd down and 3 for your Carver Tigers. 5:30 left here in the third quarter. Again, Carver leading 42-0. An absolutely dominant performance by these Carver Tigers here at Otis Spencer Stadium on a Saturday afternoon. Once again, this game had to be rescheduled due to the severe weather possibly coming into our area. Hurricane Helene forced a whole lot of schedule changes around the Chattahoochee Valley. Of course, Georgia Alabama Sports Live is out here to make sure all your games are covered. Well, here we go. Jay-Sean Hall lines up in that shotgun, gets the signal from the sideline. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back. Line up to his left. And finally, looks like we got a timeout for the Carver Tigers. Got to figure out these adjustments the right way. Got some new players into the game after that first half. So it is a timeout. Carver, 4:54 left here in the third quarter. Tigers lead in a big way, 42-0. This is Georgia Alabama Sports Live from Otis Spencer Stadium. I'm Rex Castillo. We'll be back right after this.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Carver on the move yet again. That is Jay-Sean Hall under center for your Carver Tigers. Gets the signal from the sideline. Again, Carver leading 42-0 with 4:50 left here in the third quarter. We do have a running clock with this massive lead for the Carver Tigers. But here we go. Hall. Man in motion right here. Hall gets the snap and goes to his left. Has some daylight. Gets the first down and more. Carver now setting up at the Hardaway 41-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers. And this has been absolutely the story for the Carver Tigers throughout this afternoon. A methodical drive every single time they have the ball. Jay Sean Hall, your backup quarterback, because Matthew Mungan had an incredible afternoon. 2 passing touchdowns. Leading the offense very efficiently to this 42-0 lead. 4:17 left here in the third quarter. First down for the Tigers. Hall takes the snap. This time fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, but this time he is brought down way back in the backfield. Big number 26, that's Tristan Jackson, brings him down for about a 5 to 6 yard loss. Make it 2nd down and 13 for the Carver Tigers at this point. Now, Carver lining up on the 2nd down and 13. Hall in the shotgun. This time, a handoff to. The handoff is brought down. The ball carrier, Damari Taylor. The ball carrier taken down by Damari Taylor. And how about the Hardaway defense kind of flexing their muscles a little bit? 42-0, still down 42-0 with 3:20 left here in the third quarter. Big time stop, though, by the Hardaway Hawks. They haven't seen a whole lot of people. They haven't forced the Carver Tigers to move backwards a whole lot this afternoon. 3:10 left here in the third quarter. Hardaway still trailing 42-0. 3rd down and 13 for these for these Carver Tigers. Hall under center, 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Running back lining up right next to him, sends him in motion. Hall this time calls his own number yet again, but big number 19 for the Hardaway Hawks brings him down, and this will be the first time the Carver Tigers have faced a 4th down without converting. So, looks like the offense will stay out there. Big stop by the Hardaway Hawks. Does this force the Carver Tigers to come off the field? And it looks like it does. First drive of the game that the Carver Tigers have not come away with a touchdown here, folks. 2:25 left here in the third quarter. Score stays the same, 42-0 Carver. Deshaun Hill still on the field. Looks like he'll be lining up as your punter as well. Hardaway with a pair of people back there to receive the kick. That would be number 10, Ace Thomas. And number 10, Dante Hill. Number 5, Markel Benton. Kick is away and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So that is the first offensive drive of the game for the Carver Tigers that they did not score. A little bit of a morale win, I would say, for the Hardaway Hawks, but they still trail 42-0. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. It has been all Carver tonight, folks. It's been absolutely impressive from the start when Braylon Jakes ran back a touchdown off the opening kickoff for 70 yards. This one, that was pretty much that set the tone for the rest of the afternoon at this point. Carver leading 42-0 as Hardaway now takes the field with their offense. 1:15 left here in the third quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. lining up in that similar formation, that shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Letting that play clock go. It's 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Starting from their own 19-yard line. This time the ball handed off once again to Markel Benton. A busy man this afternoon, but he's met by a herd of Tigers yet again. I'll say about a 1-yard loss. At that point, make it 2nd down and 11. Hardaway just trying to figure out this puzzle, but they haven't been able to do it all afternoon long. 42-0. Carver leads yet again. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now, folks, I know it's easy to blame a lot of the offense, but you got to give so much credit to this Tigers defense. For back-to-back games, they've not allowed a single point, and through 2 games and 3 quarters, it looks like they won't give up any points yet again. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, but throws to the solo man, and it is intercepted by the Carver Tigers. But after the pick, it was forced out of his hands. And looks like number 21 for the Carver Tigers, Dontavius Wisdom, recovers the loose ball. So not only an interception, but a strip ball and fumble recovery by the Carver Tigers. everything going the Tigers' way. That is the end of the third quarter. Tigers lead 42-0. We'll be right back right after this.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons, discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons, discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everybody, to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I'm Rex Castillo here at Otis Spencer Stadium, and it has been a dominant performance by these Carver Tigers, leading 42-0 to start the fourth quarter. And I tell you, folks, once again, you see the Carver offense taking the field after an interception and a fumble recovery all on the same play. That is number 17, Jay-Sean Hall, in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. And the officials just instructing the chain gang to move a little bit. As the Carver Tigers on their 10-yard line. Looks like the first down marker will be marked right about the 2-yard line. But you got to know that they're going for pay dirt at this point. And now the white hat says we can start the fourth quarter. Here goes Jay-Sean Hall in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. And a bad snap. Hall has to chase it down. And could it be recovered? And it is recovered by the Hardaway Hawks. Wait a minute. Looks like the white hat is going to stop the party at this point. Fumble. And he's going to say the ball was down. Number 4, Antonio Nunley recovered the ball for the Hardaway Hawks. And just like that, Hardaway's offense is back on the field. 11:43 left here in the fourth quarter with Carver leading 42-0. Clouds have settled in over here at Otis Spencer Stadium. A beautiful afternoon it was for football. Again, this game rescheduled due to Hurricane Helene and that severe weather heading our way. Luckily, our viewing area, thankfully, was not affected nearly as bad as you see in some of the rest of the state. But, of course, our thoughts and prayers are with communities like Augusta and Atlanta who saw some more damage compared to our neck of the woods. But here we go. 11:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. in that shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And the Carver defense once again back on the field. Hardaway starts this drive on their 26-yard line. All 5 of their offensive drives, folks, they have come up with nothing. But here goes Bobby Gary Jr. This time, screen pass out to Markel Benton, sails just over its head, and looks like the officials are going to mark that as a lateral, just a long lateral, and they will be forced back a little bit more. We do have a Carver Tiger down with an injury, and the officials will take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them, and hopefully this player's injury isn't too bad. You're watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live here at Otis Spencer Stadium between the Carver Tigers and Hardaway Hawks. We'll be right back.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
Welcome back, everybody, to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I'm Rex Castillo here at Otis Spencer Stadium. Carver Tigers leading 42-0. A quick update. We took a break because Kingston Brown was on the field with some kind of injury. The good news is he was able to get up on his own power, and he's made it to the sidelines without any assistance. But here come the Hardaway Hawks. 10:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. in that shotgun formation. Snap is away. Handoff to Benton, the busy running back who's had to carry a lot of the work. Brought down before he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to be 3rd down and 17 now for the Hardaway Hawks. Again, an too familiar sight for the Hawks this afternoon, facing long down and distance. 3rd and 17 now for the Hawks. 10 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. It is 42-0, Carver on top of the Hardaway Hawks. This Carver defense has been absolutely stout for these past couple of games, pitching 2 shutouts against Northside and Columbus High, respectively. They beat Columbus 49-0, Northside 26-0. 9:42 left here in the fourth quarter. Bobby Gary Jr. leading the offense in that shotgun formation. Snap is away, but he is swarmed by the Carver defense. A pair of Tigers take him down. 4th down and a country mile for the Hardaway Hawks. My goodness, that's just we just talked about how stout this Carver defense has been these past couple of weeks, and that's just another piece of evidence of just how good they have been. The pressure relenting for the Carver Tigers. So now the punt team comes out for the Hardaway Hawks. Markevius Yanis back out there for the Carver Tigers to receive the punt. He'll line up at about the 45-yard line, and not a great position for the Hardaway Hawks at this point. That will be number 11, Robert Allen, lining in the backfield. Line backfield as a blocker. Number 15, Khalil Stanford out there, punting it away. Ball is away, and it is brought in at about the 48-yard line by number 18, Skylar Skimpkins, keeping the Carver Tigers still in Hardaway territory. Well, not a great showing for the for the Carver Tigers offense. The last time they got it after the interception by the Carver Tigers. Interception and fumble recovery by the Carver Tigers. Ja'Shawn Hall couldn't bring in the snap, and Hardaway jumped all over the loose ball, took over, and unfortunately couldn't find some points out of that drive either. So that makes it about 6 drives for the Hardaway Hawks, who couldn't come up with points. But 8:09 left here in the fourth quarter. Carver trying to add to that 42-0 lead. Ja'Shawn Hall lines up in that shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his left and right at the 49-yard line of Hardaway. Snap is away. A quick handoff to Markel Francis, and he's brought down after about maybe a 1-yard gain, so he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 7:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 42-0 Carver over Hardaway. And to catch you up with some quick college football scores, folks, unbelievably, number 6 Ole Miss falls at home to Kentucky 20-17. I know a lot of doubts were made when it came to how Georgia would do, but it looks like that Kentucky wins a little bit better. But back here at Otis Spencer Stadium, Ja'Shawn Hall, another handoff to the Carver running back, and he's brought down by a host of Hardaway Hawks. That is number 86, Josh Moore, with the carry at that point. Make it 3rd down and about 6 for the Carver Tigers, I'm going to get this right, Chris, don't worry. 6:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Carver leads in a big way, 42-0. Ja'Shawn Hall in for starting quarterback Matthew Mungan. Matthew sat down at about halftime after leading this Carver offense so well. 6:40 now left in the fourth quarter. Carver making last-minute adjustments to this lineup here on the field. Ja'Shawn Hall looking for those signals, has 3 receivers to his right, lines up once again in that formation. Carver facing 3rd down and 6, trying to keep this drive alive. Hall gets the final signals from his sideline. And play clock looks like it just ran out of time. So that is now a delay of game for the Carver Tigers. Make that first down a little bit harder to get to. We'll march that ball back about 5 yards. 6:15 left here in the fourth quarter. And Carver leads in a big way, 42-0. So now, 3rd and 11 for the Carver Tigers. Already with a big 42-0 lead. Make it 3 receivers to Ja'Shawn Hall's right, 1 to his left. And snap is away. This time Hall decides to keep it over the 50-yard line. Gets about 4 or 5 yards, but it's way short of the stick, so it'll be about 4th down and 6 at the Hardaway 45-yard line. Understandably, the Carver offense was clicking on all cylinders, 5 for 5 at one point. Didn't need to score all of the 42 points because they started with a 7-0 lead with a kickoff return and a scoop and score by Kingston Brown, a freshman defensive lineman, put him at 42. And the Hardaway defense stands tall, forcing the Carver Tigers to punt this ball away. Pair of Hardaway Hawks back at about the 15-yard line to receive this kick. Number 10, Dante Hill, is closer to his sideline, while Markel Benton stands closer to the Carver sideline. Punt is away from Hall. Fair catch signal is up in the air for Dante Hill, and that'll start the Hardaway Hawks at about their own 18-yard line. 4:50 left here in the fourth quarter with Carver leading 42-0. And real quick, y'all, I want to give a quick shout out to Alex Quincy All-State Agency, proudly supporting it, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, dedicated to providing athletes with the recognition they deserve. We'll feature the Alex Quincy All-Good Good Hands player of the game at the end of the broadcast, committed to giving back to the community. Alex Quincy stands out as the sole All-State agency in East Alabama, devoted to meeting all of your insurance needs with excellence. Excellence can definitely be a word to define the Carver performance this afternoon, y'all. 4:12 left here in the fourth quarter. Carver dominating this one, 42-0 over Hardaway. But the Hawks lining up at their own, I'd say, 18-yard line. Bobby Gary Jr. with his neon green cleats, which are pretty sweet. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, running back lining up to his right. This time, it's a handoff to Benton, a really busy man this afternoon. Fights for about 6 yards on this one. And that has been their most successful play outside of a long bomb to William Little in the second quarter. But we'll call it 2nd down and 7 for the Hardaway Hawks. 3:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And Carver, once again, looking like one of the stronger teams in the city this year. They'll be tested. Their last loss coming back about 3 weeks ago to the Harris County Tigers. But ever since then, it's been nothing but shutout, 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 and looks like they're trying for their 3rd shutout in a row tonight. Bobby Gary with the handoff yet again to Markel Benton. This time, eats up a little bit more real estate and brings it down, brought down 2 yards short of the first down marker. Excuse me, they'll actually give him the first down. Hardaway keeps the drive alive, and the Sticks get to move. First down Hawks. 2:53 left here in the fourth quarter with Carver still leading 42-0. But this has been a rare sighting for the Hardaway Hawks. They haven't been able to keep much of their drive alive because there's been a lot of either turnovers or 3 and outs at this point. But here we go. Hardaway marching right along at their own 27-yard line. Bobby Gary Jr. gets the snap. Handoff once again to Benton, who's had his 3rd run of the afternoon in a row so far. And everybody and their mother comes in to try and stop Benton's momentum. About a 1-yard gain at this point. Set to 15 left here in the game with Carver leading 42-0. Make it 2nd down and 8 for Hardaway. Trying to piece something together here. At this point, though, folks, it's fair to say the game a little bit out of hand. But, no, got to give a big shout-out to all the players involved. Good sportsmanship, not a lot of flags thrown for inappropriate stuff. But here comes a quick jet sweep to Little, but he's brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Carver's defense unrelenting. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter with Carver still leading 42-0. And that's one of the biggest things about this Carver defense. It's easy to give up a score, say, in quote-unquote garbage time, but to be focused, relenting, and together through all 4 quarters, they are now 120 away from that 3rd consecutive shutout, is very, very impressive. I know we're supposed to give the player of the game to maybe one single person, but I would say all 11 men for the Carver defense are worthy of that. Here we go. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 6 for Hardaway. Bobby Gary Jr. taking the snap. This time, another handoff. Big stiff arm. And that was number 21 for the Hardaway Hawks. That's Jacoby Henry doing his best Derrick Henry impression with that big stiff arm. But it's still 4th down and 4 for the Hardaway Hawks as we now are under the minute mark for the game. About 40 seconds left here in this one, folks. And I think at this point everyone kind of understands the situation. It was a great competitive game for a few minutes, but Hardaway just comes up a little bit short against the Carver Tigers, who are definitely been dominant since the snap. From the first snap. Speaking of the domination, player of the game today has to be Braylon Jakes. Started the party with a kickoff return for a touchdown, a 70-yard touchdown on a kickoff return, plus a receiving touchdown this afternoon as well. Congratulations, Braylon Jakes. He is your player of the game. The incredible junior showing out this afternoon. Congratulations again to Braylon Jakes, your all-state player of the game. And that is your final buzzer, folks. 42-0 Carver over Hardaway. That is also the 3rd shutout in a row for the Carver Tigers. An incredible afternoon of high school football by the Tigers, who continue to show how great they can be this season. And folks, doing some quick numbers right here. They have now outscored their last 3 opponents 117-0. Absolutely incredible performance by these Carver Tigers, really hitting their stride at this point. In a city that has provided so many great athletes and great moments, Carver starting to stand out above the rest when it comes to Muskogee County schools this high school football season. Again, your final score, 42-0. Your player of the game, Braylon Jakes, with that 1 kickoff return for a touchdown and 1 receiving touchdown as well. A busy day for him and a busy day for the Carver Tigers as well. Y'all, this was a lot of fun. A different role for one Rex Castillo, usually your WRBL News 3 news anchor. I wake up bright and early with y'all at about 5 and 6 o'clock. Yes, shameless plug, Chris. Leave me alone. But, y'all, I have so much respect for Thrift Behringer, Chris Gates, Richard Holders, everything that they do here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The coverage of local sports has taken to a new level with what they're doing at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And thank you to all the sponsors who helped make this happen all the way through. Want to give a quick shout out to Gordy Eye Care as well. Gordy Eye Care's mission is to promote health and well-being of the community by offering the highest quality eye care and education to people of all ages. We're committed to providing services that will exceed the expectations of our patients. We are determined to present you the best eye care experience and visual satisfaction as well. But of course, if you're looking to elevate some of your building projects, Masterwall Incorporated is your go-to leader in cutting-edge exterior and interior coatings for both commercial and residential spaces. For all your wall needs, you gotta trust the experts at Masterwall. Guys, it's been a lot of fun this afternoon to hang out with you. Again, we had to reschedule this game due to everything that happened with Hurricane Helene. Luckily, our area was not affected, but, got to play it safe versus try and take some risks that happened on a Friday night. Another incredible performance by these Carver Tigers, 42-0 over the Hardaway Hawks. That is their 3rd shutout in a row, and according to the math, they've outscored the past 3 opponents 117-0. Thank you guys so much for joining us here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I'm Rex Castillo from Otis Spencer Stadium. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without business like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.